Are you training for success in your business, or are you just going out there and winging it? That is the topic of discussion for tonight. You know, it's interesting because when you think about athletes, when you think about people that are Olympians, when you think about people that are the best in the world, they're like the peak of their class. Do they just get out there and just like take the field and hope that everything turns out right? Or do they train? Do they prepare? Do they practice? Do they get things in alignment in their life so that when they do take the field, when they do go up to bat, when they do hit that swimming pool, they are, you know, in the best shape that they possibly can be in. They're mentally prepared, they're emotionally prepared, their heart is prepared, and then it's just a matter of, you know, doing it. How many times do we in network marketing, you know, expect to make a presentation, expect to make a contact, expect to prospect someone, and we get up there and we kind of like don't do very well? Anybody been there? I mean, I certainly been there. And you know, so we wonder why that is. Like, if we want to be world class, if you want to be the top in your company, if you want to be a marquee player, a leader in your team, a leader in your organization, if you want accolades from the company owners and people like that, you got to be prepared. Like, you're not just going to roll out of bed and all of a sudden, you know, the MLM fairy's going to come bestow upon you the greatness that you need to be successful. No, you're going to have to work at it. It's going to be something that you have to pursue in your life. If you don't pursue it, nothing's going to manifest. And if we go out there and we, you know, live our life by, you know, kind of trial and error, that's cool. I mean, you could do that. But, you know, wisdom is learning from other people, right? Learning from the others' mistakes that have gone before you, or leaders that are taking you by the hand and say, hey, come with me. I have the answer. I know how to do this. I can help you be successful, right? And so that way you don't have to go out there and make all those mistakes yourself. Oftentimes it's an area that is overlooked. People get up to make a presentation or do their contact or do what they got to do, and then they find that they're ill-equipped. So we're going to talk about 3 tips to plan for your prosperity. You know, I think the biggest challenge that we have in our profession isn't doing the deed. It isn't showing the plan. It isn't making the contact. It isn't doing all of that. It's not like we have to be, you know, brain surgeons to make this happen, or, you know, we're out there doing heavy labor, like digging ditches or anything like that. But it's emotionally taxing. And why is it emotionally taxing? Because there's fear involved. There's fear of the unknown. There's fear of how am I going to do? There's fear of rejection. We have all these different elements that kind of come into play. And so here's what I found about fear. 3 things in particular that will help you get it out of your life. The first thing, this is going to sound kind of funny, the first thing is you must embrace it. The thing that you are afraid of, if you begin to run towards it, if you begin to pursue it, if you begin to, you know, just kind of like love on it like a big teddy bear, you're going to find it's not going to be so scary. You really, really will. You know, it's funny because I was thinking back to my earlier days, and I remember getting ready for my very first home party presentation. Okay, now mind you, this probably was late in the evening, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, and I remember my husband and I, we got up in the morning and we started practicing all day long. We were preparing for this presentation, and you know, we didn't know how many people were going to show up, but we get there and it wasn't like a whole room full of people. It was like maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 people, like nothing crazy. But you know what? We were so nervous to do it. The fear was kicking in. I'm like, hey, if we're going to do this, if we're going to build this business, like this is an area we got to get good at. Because whoever's in front of the room talking is usually the one making the money, and we needed to make some money, you know what I mean? And so, you know, we decided to charge the fear. And if you decide to do that in your life, what could shift for you? Like, is there something right now that you have that you're working on that you know, like, man, if you just locked and loaded on this one thing, it could change everything for you? Do you know what I'm talking about? Maybe it is prospecting. Maybe it is like, hey, you already have a team of people and they're starting to cook and grow, but like you're terrified to get up and do a home party presentation or do something in the front of the room, or you're not quite sure how to be a leader, right? You know, things like that. And, you know, if you started to charge the fear, embrace the fear, love on the fear, run towards the fear, would things change in your life? I'm just curious. So that is the first thing. The second thing is to train on it. And what does that mean? That means like, okay, let's say like for us, okay, we were learning how to present in front of a group. Well, would it be possible that maybe we could look up some YouTube videos or some, you know, somebody that's training on Facebook or a book, you know, old school, right? Look up a book and learn like, hey, these are things that you could do to put your nerves at ease, or to make you get more comfortable with your people. And little things. Maybe it's in the area of prospecting, and you're like, man, I've been working through my list, and I really just want to get out there and talk to people, but I'm scared. I'm scared of what they're going to say. I'm scared of what they're going to do. I'm scared of what they're going to think of me. All of that, right? Could we learn a few things to get better in that area? Could we train on it so that like when we go out there and we do the deed, we're already emotionally in the right frame of mind. We're emotionally like ready to go, and we kind of know what to expect. We have a lot of the question marks that have already been answered. And so now it's not that big a deal. You just go and do your thing, right? So that is number 2. Number 3 is get the laws of life working in your favor. And what do I mean by that? Anytime you learn something new, there's a cycle you're going to go through. You have, in the beginning, you learn the knowledge, right? Like it's kind of like book knowledge. Like you may be reading a book, you may be watching your upline leader, you're taking it and you're like, okay, this is how you do this is how you do that. I kind of got it, right? It's learn knowledge. Then we switch gears and we go into activity knowledge. What's activity knowledge? That is the first time you get in the seat of the car and you actually start to move that thing and you are in control. Now you're in activity. You can read all day long about, how to be a good driver, right? But it's when you get behind the wheel that you're like, oh shoot, I'm in control of this thing. What's going to go down now, right? And so for you to go through that cycle of learn knowledge, activity knowledge, learn knowledge, activity knowledge, the faster that you can cycle on through that and understand like, oh, okay, I learned something. I did it. What was good? What was not good? Like, what do I need to change and improve on? And how can I change it? What am I going to do next time, right? And just cycle on through that. And if you do that, those 3 things in particular will help you eliminate fear from your life. It will help you train for your success. It will help you, plan and get your prosperity lined up because you're prepared for it. Like you got this thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? And so one other thing that will help is, we all have drama from the past. We have baggage. We have, things that we've tried before. Like, have you ever prospected someone or you did something that it was scary and it was a bad experience? Anybody ever had that happen? Like, I totally have had that happen. And so, you have this bad experience and then you're like taken back. You're like, oh, I'm not going to do that again. You're like, you got to do that thing to move forward. But now you have some negative connotation with it. And so like, hey, you know what? It's just like eating a meal. You ever have a bad meal? Yes, we've all had bad meals, right? But we're going to eat again. We got to do it again for us to move forward. And so there is something that will help you basically connect on moving forward, break through the barriers that have been holding you back, and finally get to the finish line. And so here's what it is. It is a 10-step process. This was put together earlier this year. It basically helps you clear out the things of the past and get that focus, get that real clear vision of where you need to go and what you need to do to finally get to the finish line, to finally, cut the crap, rank on up in your company, to be the one that you believe deep down inside your heart that you can be. Because there is greatness inside of you, but the world does not know about it just yet. So we gotta let it out. And how are you going to do that? Well, if you wanna go through the 10-step process, it's an extra bonus training. So you can click on the link that's listed here in the description, and it's my free gift to you. You can take that, use it, apply it in your life. Now, one caveat, I know this will help you. I know that if you take these 10 steps seriously and you go through them, you will have success. So you gotta promise me, pinky swear, that you will message me and let me know what it's done in your life. Throw it up in the post if you see one of these things and you want to share it with the rest of the world. Let me know the breakthrough that you had, because I'm already hearing crazy testimonies and I want to hear your success story next. So if this was something that added some value to you, don't keep it a secret. You can pass it along to your team. Once we jump off, you can share the replay, and that will go out to the people that you know. So I hope this was helpful. Take care, be blessed, and I'll see y'all next time. Time for my run. For more great training and to receive your free bonus training, the 10-step process for getting out of your own way and finally rank advancing, visit summergeronimo.com.